if this guy feels behind, we are cooked. So Andrej Karpathy, he was the head of AI at Tesla, and he's one of the early founders of OpenAI. And he just tweeted that he feels extremely behind when it comes to development in the age of AI.
I've never felt this much behind as a programmer. The profession is being dramatically refactored as the bits contributed by the programmer are increasingly sparse and between. I have a sense that I could be 10x more powerful if I just properly string together what has become available over the last year, roughly. And a failure to claim the boost feels decidedly like skill issue. There's a new programmable layer of abstraction to master, in addition to the usual layers below. Now, this is very interesting, involving agents, sub-agents, their prompts, context, memories, modes, permissions, tools, plugins, skills, hooks, MCP, LSB, /commands, workflows, ID integrations, and I need to build an all-encompassing mental model for the strengths and pitfalls of fundamentally stochastic, fallible, unintelligible, and changing entities suddenly emerge. This is a too long sentence, by the way, Andrej. Intermingled with what used to be good old-fashioned engineering. So what he's saying here, just in this little bit, is that there's all of these things, and a lot of these things are introduced and are used by Claude Code, hooks, skills, tools, plugins, whatever. So he's certainly alluding to Claude Code being the thing, the de facto tool for all this. But there's so much that you need to learn, not only from like a technical perspective of just understanding what all of these tools do, what all of these things do, but also the mental model around how to use them. Because it's all well and good knowing how to use a hammer, what a hammer does, how to hold it, how to aim it. You've got to rethink, you've got to re-understand, you've got to throw everything you've understood out the window because it's not relevant in this new age of prompt engineering or AI assisted engineering. Clearly some powerful alien tool was handed around, except it comes with no manual and everyone has to figure out how to hold it and operate it. There you go. While the resulting magnitude 9 earthquake is rocking the profession, roll up your sleeves to not fall behind. And I'll pat myself on the back here. This is something I've been really immersing myself in. Like, we're dealing with so much right now. The tools, the mental model around it, the industry, the not just the industry, but the planet in general, the economy. Everything is just moving at the moment, and there's a mad bum rush to figure it all out and be the person or be the leaders to figure it all out. But no one knows. No one's figured it all out at the moment, but his message to everyone is like, get stuck in, because something big is already happening over the last year. So quite a profound and interesting tweet that came out just after Christmas, and a lot of people were talking about it.
This is very interesting, especially like that ending, while the resulting magnitude 9 earthquake is rocking the profession. Yeah. So
especially after what we just talked about with Tao.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So the good thing is, or like the good news, not the good thing, it's the good news is you're not alone in this. We are not alone in this. Nobody has figured it out. If he hasn't figured it out, if Andrej Karpathy doesn't know how to, move forward with all of that, that's kind of like, okay, reassuring, because I feel very similar. Like, I see you use Claude Code. I see my the friend and developer, he uses like 10 agents, well, more than 10 agents at the time. And I'm sitting here with Cursor. I feel like I'm so behind. And then I show what I made to my students or like to other people who do Webflow, and they're like, wait, you're already there using that? So they feel behind. I feel behind. is like, these agents, I cannot do what I want them to do. So he feels like it's not going where it's going, and Andrew as well. So this is very interesting, but also potentially something to be figured out. And also I want to mention what the Primeagen has been talking about, the fact that all of this is constantly changing. So we can't go in with the mental model thinking that, okay, I'm gonna learn agents and these toolings around AI and these essentially workflows. These are all workflows, right? That I'm going in, I'm learning these workflows, and I will be the god here. I will create whatever. The problem is it's changing. Like the next month there is something new, and the changes are rapid and big. It's not like a small change. It's like the whole new paradigm shifts every 3 months or so is introduced to the industry. Like as a programmer, it feels like, yeah, crazy. It feels like you don't know where to go, and it's not clear.
And because of the horrendous capitalist society that we live in, you've also got grifters and chancers trying to sell you on their system. There's the system that works. They've done the research, and we spoke about fatigue before the show. Like, you know, it's real. The feeling of being left out, and some people are capitalizing on. And this is potentially a different topic altogether, but it's something I've been tuned into recently, of just like, oh my god, like what? There's so many people making you feel left out to buy their product or to comment, give me please, in the comment section below, to like get their system that they've used. And no one knows. And I think it just comes down to you getting stuck in and trying to be optimistic and curious about it, and trying to get ahead, you know. But it will settle, you know. We will still figure it out. I think one of the biggest problems with AI, and I had a call earlier with someone, because you can approach it at such a low level or a very, very high level. You can ask AI to implement your whole feature, or you can get it to change a line of code. And what that means is and that's just in code, right? Let alone video production, let alone script writing or any kind of other creative thing. It means that everyone's got their own interpretations of whether it's good, whether it's bad, or how you should use it, how you shouldn't use it. Like no one can tell you how you shouldn't use it. It's just, by its very nature, so fallible, so indeterministic, so whatever. So again, just that encouragement of just try and stay curious, you know. Plus, not everyone's here to change the world, you know. Maybe you can sit back and chill, and then when all the big wigs like Andrej Karpathy has figured out how we should use some sort of stuff, then scrub up on it, you know.
Well, it's hard to sit and not do anything.
No,
because
of course.
We are still like working, right, with the old tools and trying to use these new tools. Like I built a website recently, and I thought I would do it all in Cursor, but then I had to go back in Webflow because of like more reliable things around, you know, having a platform that I'm familiar with. While I could just potentially do everything with AI and then ask it to host it somewhere, and all of that, it's just a lot to figure out.
A lot to figure out.
Right. And then also there is the joy about it. Like the things that Andrew mentioned, there are a lot of it is around toolings around AI and not building the thing itself. And that is also a little bit about like, you know, having fun with it, or like, you know, the lack of fun existing in it. I did enjoy going in Webflow in the past few days to build a few layouts, even though I could absolutely ask AI in Cursor to do it, but I knew it wouldn't like one-shot it, and I would have to go into like the mode of fixing it and prompting to fix bugs, and I just don't enjoy that as much.
Yeah, and we all like familiarity, right? And it's nice to go back into that. And just, I don't want to dwell on this too much, but just that idea of knowing what to build. Now, my gut instinct was to respond to that and say, we already know what we want to build. We want to build websites, we want to build apps. But then something in the back of my head said, and it goes back to this magnitude 9 earthquake that he mentions, in that I think and what I mentioned earlier as well about the economic climate that we're in is being shaken up. I've said it before. I've said SaaS is dead, and we're all out here trying to build tools that we can sell to people, because that's all we know. That's the only way we know how to make money, right? With this whole idea that people can just build their own tools, we probably don't know what we should be building. We're probably going to be building very different things in the next few years than what we have been building. We've been building products, we've been building tools. Maybe we're not going to be coding that. Nobody knows. And I think this just all goes back to this tweet here that's specifically talking about development. We're in a very interesting time at the moment, and it's all so much stuff. It's all happening at once that it's just, it's hard to not feel tired, and it's hard to feel steady. Like we should all be feeling, well, we are all feeling the craziness that is AI. But yeah, I honestly think we don't know what we should be building, because the future is so uncertain. We're figuring it out. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Everything's fine.
Set everyone like before, catastrophe hitting. We'll be all right.
This is part of a larger conversation on my show, Cmd+AI, which we stream live every single week. We discuss the news and all things related to AI in the world of design and web. Catch us next week and join in the banter.